The Super Mario Bros. Movie. A movie that has been laughed at for its casting choices and for the studio behind it, and lifted up the more we got to see about the portrayal of the world and how much detail they were going to add into every frame. After dragging myself and 4 of my friends into the cinema to watch this movie in theaters, let's deep dive into some of my thoughts and personal opinions on this bizarre movie. First off, I'd like to say to everyone who didn't see this movie because of the critic reviews saying it's horrible, go watch the movie. That's actually the first thing I want to talk about too. The critic reviews are horrible takes on a children's movie. Regardless on if you thought this movie was going to be good or absolute trash, nobody expected it to be the next Spider-Verse. And it's not. But in my mind, that's a good thing. This movie isn't trying to show a universe that already has its roots in cinema and a new and interesting look in animation, like Spider-Verse did. I mean, unless you count that god-awful 1993 live-action movie, but for this video's sake, we're gonna pretend it never existed. Spider-Verse opened a new door in an already existing hallway of Spider-Man movies. The Mario movie didn't, but that's okay. Sure, this is one of the most beloved characters in gaming history, and his reach in gaming content stretches from 2D side-to-side platforming games to 3D open-world platform games, all the way to sports games, but cinematically, his character hasn't been portrayed on the big screen a whole lot. Enter the Super Mario Bros. Movie, made by everyone's favorite corporate powerhouse of mediocre animated cash grabs, Illumination Studios. When the first trailer released, the fan base of Mario was split. One side hopeful for a good fun depiction of their favorite character on the big screen, and the other side knowing Illumination's typical garbage output. I was somewhat stuck in the middle, leaning more towards hopeful since Nintendo was helping in the production, but still cautious because the studio making said movie also made my sleep paralysis demons. Frickin' minions. Me and 4 of my friends went to see this movie in cinemas, and let me say off the bat, and I never thought I'd say this, but good job, Illumination. You made a movie that clearly had heart put into it by people who love everything Mario. Well done. I still like Despicable Me 1 the most out of your lineup of movies, but I'd definitely say the Mario movie is a close second. Everything you've heard saying the story is loose and oddly put together and there aren't super meaningful character moments are all true. But honestly, I think it works well. I mean, it's Mario. He didn't really have a character before this movie. Why won't you die? So the little character we did get to see is a breath of fresh air for an icon of an IP. As for the story being loose and chaotic, that's what the games were all about. The story of the games is save the princess from evil turtle dude, and you make the memories through playing the games and beating the levels. So Illumination and Nintendo basically had to start from scratch with his backstory and personality, and overall, I think it worked pretty well. The voice acting was not as god-awful as we expected it to be when the movie was announced. Chris Pratt actually worked well as Mario, and Charlie Day and Jack Black as Luigi and Bowser was really good. I don't know what they were thinking with Cranky Kong. That choice on voice actor did not fit at all. I saw someone say that it would have been better if the same voice actor that did Poe's dad in Kung Fu Panda would have been way better, and I fully agree. As much as I hate Seth Rogen because he's in every animated movie ever, he actually fit pretty well as Donkey Kong. I was never upset or frustrated with his voice. That's a lie. They had 2 whole scenes where it was just his laugh, and that was super annoying. But overall, I like the casting choices. Side note, I love the way they added a cameo for the original voice actor for Mario, so he could still be a part of the project and the movie in general. That's super cool and the respectful way of replacing a character's voice and still including them in the movie. I'm looking at you, Scoob. What you did to Matthew Lillard was not cool. I'm gonna go out on a limb here because I feel like some people won't agree with me on this take, but I kinda like that it was Luigi that was kidnapped and not Peach. It gives Bowser a motive to follow so he gets more screen time, and I really appreciate it because Bowser is 100% the best part of this movie. It also gives Mario a motive to stay in Mushroom Kingdom with his brother being kidnapped. It's so fun to see how they made Bowser a total soft boy at heart and legitimately threatening at the same time. And I like that they made it seem like Peach was just going to girl boss it and save the day, and in the end, Mario was the one that was the hero. It makes it so that Peach gets to be a powerful role model for young female audiences, and at the same time, keeps up with the games with Mario saving the day. It's a very thin line to walk, and I think they did it very well. The main thing I love about this movie is its references. As a child, Super Mario for the Wii was the first video game I had ever played, and I instantly fell in love with the Mario world and gaming in general. This movie does its source material justice for sure. There are so many hidden Easter eggs for this movie for avid Mario fans to find and discuss. From visual Easter eggs and hidden references to even audio cues and hidden sound effects. This movie was made by Mario fans for Mario fans. They even used the blue shell from Mario Kart as a tool to move the plot along. That's attention to detail, man. The animation is gorgeous, but all of Illumination's movies are really good in animation, but typically they just focus on that instead of making a good story or good characters or a good plot. It does feel like Nintendo was a part of every decision made with this movie, and that's a fantastic thing. This kept Illumination in check and made sure no stupid fart jokes or pop culture references were added, which I really appreciate. One more thing I would like to touch on is the music. I've seen a lot of people complaining that the 80s rock music shouldn't have been a part of the movie, and I disagree. I feel like it fits well with the game's history, and I've really liked most of it. But the main music I want to focus on is the orchestral versions of the original soundtracks of the game. That was truly an amazing idea. The star music played at the end with huge brass element and loud drums was so cool, and I think that was my favorite part of the movie. The soundtrack was very, very good, and I appreciate the work they put into the music and this film in general. Is this the next Spider-Verse? No. Is it a fun movie that kids and adults alike will enjoy and have fun with? Absolutely. This movie is a blast, and while the fast-paced style that they were going for isn't for everyone, I loved zipping around this fun Mario-style world. And I personally wouldn't mind a sequel or even a whole universe of Nintendo movies. Well done, Illumination. Well done. Now stop making Minions movies. Like, please, I can't take it anymore. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.